Hello Pokemon fans, I am using the same Easter theme team. This opponent is Calem. He's got a pretty interesting lineup. I like it honestly. So we'll see how it goes. So here I begin the match with Alolan Exeggutor. He's mostly there just to put people to sleep. But he starts the match with Snivy, and so now I can't put him to sleep since he's a grass type, unfortunately. And he's faster than me, and then he uses Glare, and it paralyzes me, and I'm like, oh man. And then I get paralyzed. So then I can't use Dragon Hammer, which I was going to use. So he pulls Snivy out and brings in Luxray. And here I was thinking, well, Luxray either has Fire Fang or has Ice Fang, so I'm not liking this. So here I finally connect with the Dragon Hammer, and I don't like this because he dropped my attack and I need to get out of there. So here I kind of figured he was going to use either the Ice Fang or Thunder Fang, but I know Ho can take it. He's pretty bulky, so luckily he used the Ice Fang, so it didn't do much. It didn't do much with Ho. So then he pulls Luxray out and brings back that Snivy. And I used Earth Power to, in case if the Luxray came back, but it is what it is. So here I decide to bring back the Alolan Exeggutor because I figured he was going to try to paralyze me. So I bring back Exeggutor, and I made the right prediction, so he wasted the turn there. And he uses Tackle. Fortunately for me, it doesn't do a lot of damage because if I remember correctly, this Exeggutor that I have is more in max HP and max defense, so he takes those tackles fairly well, and I KO that Snivy. So here he brings in an Alakazam, and I thought it was going to be a Mega right off the bat, so I decided to bring in my Blissey, because Blissey can take just about any special attacking moves. So he takes that Dazzling Gleam fairly well, considering it's from an Alakazam, and Alakazam's hit like a truck. So I used Toxic on it, but you guys be the judge. I noticed that Toxic doesn't really do any damage, like this Alakazam in particular doesn't take any Toxic damage. And I might be going crazy, but if you look at the health bar, and Toxic should have done something already. But that's just me. But I decided to Heal Bell just in case if I needed to bring back the Exeggutor. So he's cured from the paralysis. And the next move, I believe I choose to Soft Boiled so I can get all my health back, while the Exeggutor is still spamming Dazzling Gleam. So here I get Soft Boiled, or I Soft Boil, and then I get all my health back. And then you notice that he still hasn't gotten hurt from the poison. It's already been like 3 turns with poison. So I start using Seismicross, and it finally does damage. I don't understand if the game just glitched out or something, but it is what it is. I'm believing this Alakazam was either Choice Scarfed or Choice Specs. I think it was more Scarfed. I don't know, but so here I'm gonna keep using Seismic Toss, and he uses the Dazzling Gleam before I get to use the final Seismic Toss, and this is enough to finish the Alakazam. So I'm sitting pretty good right now against him, and Blissey still has a good amount of hit points left. So then he brings back the Luxray, and I'm like, okay, I better bring something that can definitely be annoying to him. So I decided to pull Blissey out because its defenses are as strong as a wet paper bag. So he uses Wild Charge, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And I get left with 2 hit points left with my Lopunny. So here I decide to Mega Evolve. So I Mega Evolve Lopunny, and then I decide to use the Fake Out so I can do damage. And then I'm going to use Return, and that's enough to get rid of the Luxray. So now I'm looking very good. He brings in this Mudsdale, and I know Mudsdale can take any hit that a Lopunny can use. Lopunny has Ice Punch, but I didn't think it'd be able to kill it. So here I bring in my Dhelmise, and the Mudsdale uses Heavy Slam. So I'm like, oh my goodness, that can potentially be a 2-hit KO. So here I decide to use Swords Dance just so I can knock it out with Power Whip. In the moment of truth, luckily I survived that. So here I use Power Whip, and with a +2 in attack and connecting with the Power Whip, that's a goodbye Mudsdale, taking him to the glue factory. So then he brings in Camelrupt, and I know Dhelmise can outspeed a Camelrupt, so I stay in. But then it Mega Evolves into Mega Camelrupt. So I hope my next move can connect, because this thing can be annoying as well. So I use Earthquake, and that's quadruple damage on this Volcanic Camel. So luckily it connects, and I'm sitting very, very good right now. So here he brings in his last Pokemon, I believe, is Nidoking. And here I wanted to stay in thinking that I might be able to outspeed it, but I figured there's no reason to get a Pokemon that is going to come in and let Nidoking get a free kill. So I let Dhelmise die. I bring in the Lopunny. I use Fake Out to drop its HP a little bit more. Luckily he doesn't have Rocky Helmet. And then I use Ice Punch, and that's enough to secure the match. I do get a crit though, so I honestly do believe that crit did matter. I might be wrong, you guys can tell me down below. But so far, overall that was a really fun match. I like seeing Pokemon that I don't really see that often, like Luxray I really like a lot. Mudsdale I love Nidoking, he's really cool. Camelrupt too, and Alakazam's, he's awesome. And Snivy was cool, it threw me off, and that was a good call on him bringing him first. So overall, thank you Calem for the fight, and hope you guys stick around and watch some more videos. Later.